Good day, my name is Doug, and I am playing a game called The Crust. I am playing a beta version of it, on the experimental tree, and this is 0.99.48, and this is my second episode of my second base. Now, one thing you have to be aware of when you are playing on the experimental tree, the game is subject to restarts after updates, which they will release, and we are looking for errors, we're looking for bugs. So, with that in mind, welcome to my game. So, let me see here. That is falling behind. That is not. Interesting. Wonder why that is. Well, we'll keep going, see what happens. Now, as I recall, there's some titanium over here, right there. And we need to get titanium. So we will put that on a priority. Which is what that red color indicates is its priority. Okay, and what else I recall? Okay. 4 days. 7 days. We have plenty of power. Okay, I'm going to pause it while we take a look at the research. We have researched the refrigerator. That's going to be 26 days. That's almost done. It's about a little under half done. So call it 9 days. Definitely engineering is going to be next. And we're going to need a rolling mill. Okay, let's go ahead and start the game again. Okay. And we need to clear this area out too. Oops. Priority. Okay. If you're wondering what this stuff does, it shows you where power is and power isn't. Oh, that was...
Research complete.
Okay. Pause it while we take a look at the research. And we've got our solid resource storage buildings done. So he's going to be busy for 11 days. He's still going to be busy for quite a while. He's almost done. So fundamental. I know we're going to need that repeater soon. Let's see. Tough choice. But I know we're going to need the repeater, so we'll get that done. And we're almost at the dawn. 11 hours. We have plenty of power, which is good because we're going to be adding to our power draw. Okay, extractor, yes. Single work with repeater or refinery, yes. smelting furnace. One more there. And then storage.
You can't build here.
Oh, I wonder why we can't build there. Okay, so this is going to be titanium. This is going to be titanium. This is going to be titanium oxide. And then we need to do all of that. And then power. Whoops, gosh darn it. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's going to be 6 power. That's 18 total. 28 total. Going top side. Must make sure we have enough power. Each solar panel is 25. We would need 28 more to cover the buildings I just bought. And so I'm just going to build 2 more of these just to be certain. And that's falling behind. Oh wait, looked at the wrong one too. Okay. Nope, they're keeping up. Now this is something I don't do very much, but somebody has strongly recommended that I do it. That's putting 2 extractors down on the same resource. And one of the reasons I don't do is, to me, it just means that we cause that to expire that much quicker. But it helps us build faster, so we will do it this time and see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and kill that. And we put there, and then feed this to that. There we go. Okay, pause this. Let's take a look at the research. Drone upgrade. We're going to drill that much faster. Okay. 15 days. Rolling mill will be done in 3 days. And that's going to be 81 days. So, engineering next. And we definitely need that. Matter of fact, we need that faster than the rolling mill. So we will go ahead and replace those. Okay. It's daylight, so let's go ahead and do some scans. silicon, that's good. Let's go ahead and check this area. Nothing. And we will check this area. Okay. And we have water and iron here. Water is what I need for my colonist zone. There is nothing down here. So, close this. And we will go ahead and start peeling this away. I'm being a bit careless with my mining right now. Don't particularly care. I should, but I don't. So they'll keep busy for a while. And I have 351 of that, 151 of smart concrete. Definitely have to be working harder on that. I don't have any of that stuff as yet. Okay. Now we just let it run. This is keeping up nicely. It's falling a little behind, but mostly staying up.
Director, a lot of industrial and scientific facilities on the moon have been severely damaged and remain incommunicado. We could try to build a repeater at our base. Who knows what signals it might be able to detect. Maybe we can find survivors or gather useful resources and research materials.
Which I have already started the finding them. Okay. So we will start building this 15 by 15. I think I will go for a 20 by 20 as a first step. And then I will put the main doors right there. And that'll keep them busy for quite a while.
Research complete.
Go ahead and pause everything, take a look at research. The components factory, okay. And he's almost done with his social experiment, well, social research. "44 days. Okay, we'll go with that. That's going to allow me to do more trades later at the same time. And monthly report. Still doing pretty good. Okay. 7 days till dawn, 5 days till I run out of power. That's not good. Somewhere I overextended. Okay. So I need to cut power somewhere. Well, we'll start here. And then here. I have 2 of these, so here, and here, and here. Oops, no, not there. Here.
Research complete.
Okay, so now we can make it for 5 days, and it's 3 days until...
Research complete.
Okay, let's take a look at the research. Whoops, pause things. Okay. So, no orange, we definitely need that. Let's do rare minimal processing, that will be a good thing. Okay. He's going to be busy for a while, as is he. Okay, let's go ahead and start things again. Now, I don't believe we ever filled up all of the batteries, so what we will do is put down some more solar panels. So we added 2, let's add 3 more here, and then 3 more down here, and wire everything in. That way tomorrow, well, I say tomorrow, but I mean the next lunar day, I will charge all of the batteries and I won't run out of power at the night. And we're coming into the day now. Here it comes. Yay, here comes the sun. Let's turn everything back on. Okay, production started again. Here we go. Okay, this is still keeping up, as is this. This looks like it's falling behind a little, but we won't worry about it at the moment. Components factory is ready for business. And we're going to transpose those so they will be able to take parts like we want them to. Okay. Now, I generally don't do this. I will generally move that to right by this building so we don't have all these on the conveyor. And I'm probably going to do that in a little bit. Because having all that stuff on the conveyor is just a waste. And to be honest, I don't know why I did it this time. It was stupid. But I did it, and now I've got to live with it. At least for a little bit. So what I'll do is lock that off and lock this off. And once we clear this conveyor, I will go ahead and move those. Okay. In the meantime, I'm setting these up. Okay. Okay. 1/3 volt. I'm doing okay. Not great. Okay. I don't know. I said that before. Duh. Okay. And there was the ice. Well, that was bad. Okay. Oh, looks like we ran out of power at the very end of the day. Which means we need to add batteries. Resource. Titanium. And yeah. And as soon as that empties out, there's the last of it. Go ahead and replace that with just a conveyor. There we go. And we will do the same exact thing once we get enough of our steel through there. Now, the other thing I need to build is a rolling mill. Too far. Okay.
Objective achieved. Research complete.
Okay, let's go ahead and pause it. Take a look at the
Director,
research.
we have a message on the emergency channel. I'll put it on the screen.
Attention. This is Arthur Moore, commander of the Hope 2 orbital station. The station has sustained severe damage from multiple collisions. We have lost key control modules. A hard moon landing will occur in the coming weeks. Request assistance from anyone who hears this message. All crew members are ordered to take shelter in Block 4. I repeat.
The debris from the meteorite impact must have gotten Hope 2. I'm already contacting Crust to report it.
Crust is aware of the situation with Hope 2 and is already working on an evacuation plan. We will need assistance in the search and rescue operation, including providing a place to accommodate the rescued crew. Your base is ideal for this. We are ready to provide the necessary support and equipment to complete the task. All that remains is to confirm your willingness to participate.
With all due respect, Director, I do not share your doubts. People are in danger, and if it's in our power to help them, we must do so.
With all due respect, Alice, altruism has clouded your judgment. Crust is clearly asking for grant aid that we cannot afford right now. I suggest we focus on restoring production and resuming shipments to Earth, where resources are urgently needed right now. Also, I've negotiated a prepayment with FASM. We can use their funds if we start reestablishing the contract system now. But all you care about is profit. If that's the case, think of the technology Crust will provide. It's worth as much as our base in its current state.
Do we pay a fair price for their technology? Don't forget, Director, by accepting Crust's offer, we will allow them to decide how our base is developed. We'll have to focus on the construction of the living quarters and postpone the expansion of high-tech manufacturing and investigation of the meteorite case.
Crust is going to accommodate the surviving Hope-2 crew members at your base in exchange for equipment and technologies for us to carry out a rescue mission. If you accept Crust's offer, you will lose access to the FASM contract, for which the corporation is willing to pay upfront.
It's just part of me. I can't abandon those people, so we will.
Good choice. You need to establish contact with the station, assist the commander with the evacuation, and then transport the team to your base. You should have living quarters suitable for sustaining life by then. Begin preparations for the construction of the living quarters immediately. It is a complex and resource-intensive structure, so maximize and optimize production so you're ready when survivors arrive. In summary, your main tasks are: contact the station and ensure the transport of the crew to your base. Construct a residential facility with life support systems. We will send a research plan and transportation for search and rescue operations shortly.
We've barely recovered from the explosion. Now our base is just a couple of mining and processing modules. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to save the crew, but it'll be almost impossible in such a short amount of time. We definitely can't do it alone. I will send a request to colleagues and inform you when new information becomes available.
Indeed, the timing's not ideal. However, we still have the ability to break down the task and move towards our goal with small steps.
Okay.
Director, we managed to dispatch the research rover scout. It's essential for your next mission. Examine the satellite repeater and make contact with the Hope-2 crew. Mr. Ratchet will help you sort out the controls. You're free to use data that will help with the mission. Some of it will expedite the research. Professor Wilfrey knows what to do with it. However, remember that all ship logs, crew records, and other materials related to the incident are the property of Crust. Your company has no authority to examine this information.
Ratchet, have you heard the news? Crust put you in charge of the new toy. We don't have much time to contact the crew, so helping the director get the rover to the repeater is your top priority.
Not only did we lose almost all of our equipment, but we also turned out to be the last hope for Crust and the Hope Station. Anyway, Director, we're in a hurry. Land the cargo pod with the rover and we'll proceed.
Okay, let's go ahead and land that thing. Here we are. We are wasting science points, so engineering orange.
Objective achieved.
Horizon 6. Almost everything has been modified. Only the hull is original. There's serious hardware there. Even Crust doesn't have much like it. Send it off base and see what we can find with it.
Let's go. We're going towards question marks. That's the expeditions. Okay, going back down. And back down. Okay, pause this right now and let's take a look at my research. Because I kind of did that in a hurry. I thought I was already researching that, but apparently not. So we will get that done. Okay. Get things going again. Okay. He is done.
Objective achieved.
So,
Attention. This is First Vice President Alice Vance speaking. We have received equipment and coordinates and are beginning a rescue operation as per Crust directive. Our mission, to safely evacuate the crew of Hope 2 and get them back to base in one piece. By this time, habitable living quarters must be completed. Director, you need to send a rover to the repeater and contact
which
the
I've done.
station crew. Professor Wilfrey, please request Crust life support technology. Ratchet, we're going to need a cargo truck for crew transport. Take care of it for us. Personnel on Earth to proceed under new directives issued by your immediate supervisor. Over and out.
Okay. So, complete that. Complete that. Cool. And we'll lock that, get that rolling again.
We cannot rely solely on Crust to deliver all the equipment. We need to prepare ourselves. We need a cargo truck to deliver the crew, and we need it now. Ratchet, any ideas?
We can try to fix this piece of scrap metal. It's a Pathfinder 3B, an outdated model. But it has increased maneuverability and payload capacity. Just what we need.
Whoops. Okay. 35 and 12. Got it all. That's good.
Director, it looks like the rover has run out of power. Now, it couldn't be the turtle in a race, and until the sun is up again, there's nothing we can do about it. The rover is solar powered, and as soon as the sun goes down, it starts using energy from its batteries. Keep this in mind when planning long-distance expeditions.
Okay, go back underground. How am I doing? One fan, not bad. Still keeping out there. Okay, so again, we have fundamental science points for 240 days. That's why we can never let it. Why letting it wasted science points is bad.
The engine is running. This old-timer may not look like much, but the cargo truck has passed all tests and is ready for operation. Director, we'll send a cargo truck as soon as we receive the crew's coordinates. You don't have to worry about the delivery.
Leave the base. Okay, back underground. Wrong button. That I'm not going to let go. Here we go. Whoops. Okay. Oh dear. We are out of power. Running out of power is bad. Okay.
Objective achieved.
Director, we've established communication with the station.
We didn't expect anyone to respond. The situation is critical. The station has suffered a lot of damage. The navigation system is down. Power and life support systems are failing. There are some wounded, but so far everyone's alive. Now that we have a signal from the surface, I'll try to keep the crew reassured. We'll activate the emergency beacon so you can pick us up after landing. What do you mean you're not ready to rescue us? Listen to me. You must make it happen. People's lives depend on your work. Our orbit is decaying. We can't change course. I'll reroute energy for Block 6 and 2 and try to delay the lunar landing as much as possible. Our lives are in your hands, Director. Hurry up.
Director,
Okay.
we urgently need to build living quarters and get them out there. Professor, have we received the necessary technologies?
Crust has handed over the research plan. They agreed to help, but the main burden will fall on our shoulders.
Living quarters will require a lot of space. Director, make sure the drones mine enough area for construction.
Objective achieved.
And that's why I'm building what we need to build.
Okay, we're ready. Director, use the room planner tool and lay down a room of the required size.
Objective achieved.
Switch to the room building mode and prepare a plan for the future room. Don't forget to install doors before completing the design.
And yes, Director, several technical modules will be needed for the colonists' living conditions. Try to separate the sleeping quarters and production areas in advance. After all, we want the staff to come to work well rested, right?
And we need to have ventilation in each room, but they'll get into that a little bit later.
Provide the drones with materials and complete the construction. Keep a close eye on the supply of steel and concrete, and repair modules of the product chain in a timely manner. Also, you can convert drones back from miners to speed up the building process.
Director, news about the difficult situation with Hope 2 has reached us. We are ready to provide a base to temporarily accommodate the crew. The offer has already been sent to your representative.
Message from an unknown sender. Security needs a little time to decrypt. Okay, great. Director, Malachite has responded to our request for help. They are offering assistance to our rescue operation, but there's a catch. I'll put the message on the screen now. The Malachite lunar base is not designed for long-term human occupancy, but it is equipped with small life support modules. Judging by the sensors, they're still functioning. Malachite is offering to temporarily accommodate the crew on their base to give us time to build what we need. However, if you read their offer carefully, it implies that we will have to return the favor if necessary. We can agree to their terms to make the rescue go smoothly, but remember that in that case, we will owe them a favor in return. In any case, the decision is yours.
Of course we'll accept their offer.
Living quarters require electricity and oxygen in order for the life support system to... In the current circumstances, we have to accept any help we can get, Director. Malachite will buy us some time, and that's the most valuable asset right now. Install an electronic board on the wall and connect it to the main
this is kind of
network
switching
with the
back
wire.
and forth on
This
this.
way, the whole space will have access to the power grid.
Malachite sent the geolocation of their base. I've marked it on the map. Now we have a place to accommodate the crew from Hope 2, but my gut tells me it can't be that easy.
Okay.
Director, let's confirm our destination for the crew after evacuation. Send the rover to the abandoned Malachite base. Director, Crust has sent us an additional set of drones, which will allow us to expand production even further. Treat them with caution. They are an extremely rare and valuable resource.
For carrying out various tasks and contracts on the moon, you may need a rover scout and cargo transport. In this section, you can rent other labs to participate in your research to increase your science point income.
You can also order ready-made modules to accelerate the development of your production. Pod. Whoops. He gave us 2. Yay. We're up to 87 plates. That's a good thing. 75 of which we've made. Okay. Director, did you know that when a conveyor is connected, the input is blocked for drones? And that means into a factory or to storage. And when they connect to the output, the exit is closed. That means by default, resource delivery is handled either by drones or conveyors, but not both at the same time. To manage this process, use the storage manager. Some modules, such as the bulk storage, automatically open for drone servicing when the storage is full, and lock again when capacity drops to 50%. And this obviously is backing up, so we will get out another smelting furnace. We'll set that for steel. And then just bring the output like that. Oh, and then power. Okay. Alright, should get things rolling again. Monthly report. We are still doing okay on money. $74. Silicon and Silicon. Director Clyde Draper wants to contact us. Apparently Crust has a business proposal. Connecting now. Let me slow things down. Good afternoon. I prefer to get straight to the point. The recent incident on the lunar surface has created a number of complications in our logistics network. However, we are not inclined to let external factors interfere with our work. Therefore, it was decided to conduct a trial run of the updated delivery system. As part of this protocol, you will receive a test shipment of power supply modules from us, free of charge. Consider it a gesture of operational necessity. Before we initiate the delivery, I need one clarification. Which power source do you prefer? And I'm currently using solar energy.
Director, to obtain oxygen, we need to find ice deposits among the regolith and set up its extraction. Use the R detector to find ice deposits. We've set a good pace, but time is still working against us, Director. Try to keep that in mind.
Yep. He's full, he's not. And he's not. There we go.
Build the ice extractor and then the ice melter. This will allow us to produce water and oxygen and supply them to the living quarters.
Okay. CPU, the ice melter, we will put that right there. When it comes time. Going. Okay, so got a ways to go. We still have plenty of steel. We don't have the smart concrete as yet. Well, there is one way around that. No, isn't there? Add another pressing module. Build all. And then power. Okay. The generosity of corporations of this scale is rarely selfless. Nevertheless, the shipment may help us stabilize the power grid and speed up recovery after the explosion. In any case, you can always purchase missing modules from in the Crust offers section. Okay. So we have that. And we have that. Director, a capsule with a ready-made or ready module has arrived at the base. To install it, simply click on the container and place the module on the surface. So we have a medium solar panel, which we will go ahead and install there. And wire it in. If desired, you can also install it underground via the construction mode. The number of available kits is displayed next to the module icon. These are used first and then and only then the resources from your base. There we go. Build. And we will put the battery there. And then wire it in. And then we need to remove the two things that I placed by accident. Okay. We ran out of power again. I have not found any aluminum as yet. Unless that's it. No, that's ice. That could be aluminum. I'll have to find out when I have power again. And let's go back to a speed of 3 and get through this night. Here we are. We have power again. Boy, they are taking the concrete as fast as we are making it. Okay, can we up top?
I knew it. They gave us a wreck instead of a base. In such a state, it's completely uninhabitable, so we shouldn't rely on it. We better put our efforts into building our own living quarters.
Okay. Let's go take a look at some of this other stuff. Oh dear, titanium. That's going to be a problem. So we will go get titanium that way. In the crater lies a vast storage structure comprised of multiple segmented modules. Emergency vehicles are scattered around the area. A sign by the entrance identifies it as Reserve Warehouse 45-17/2075. And a Crust logo makes it clear who the owner is. This facility was designed for emergency use and houses a large quantity of steel, smart concrete, and modular frames. And then we receive 60 engineering points for 90 days. Going up the lunar surface,
Research complete.
we will send the rover to the observatory. And we are going to send the truck to pick up the stuff that is at the demolished structure, because I happen to know that there's a bunch of stuff there. I know, kind of cheating, but it works. So we will get stuff that way. And research complete. We can now build the repeater. Engineering. Actually, that's going to be fundamental, isn't it? We want to get the Expedition Control Center going. And then in social, I thought I had already done food cultivation. I really do remember having done this. Huh. I'm gonna have to look at the...
Objective achieved.
Okay.
Now that we have ice mining, we need to learn about oxygen facilities to create a life support system. Complete the appropriate research and build an electrolysis plant.
Objective achieved.
To ensure that colonists feel safe indoors, one electrolysis plant is not enough. It produces oxygen, but we need a backup plan. Call me a pessimist, but I've heard enough stories about sudden water and power outages leading to the deaths of entire base crews. Let's make sure that doesn't happen to us. Construct a compressed air tank and oxygen receivers so we can have reserves for a rainy day. Okay. So we are going to life support and doing the electrolysis plant, and then to storage, where we will do the water tank and the oxygen receiver. The last part of this building is going to be for the colonists' sleeping area.
Research complete.
And
Objective achieved.
go ahead and put that there. Build it. Now our colonists won't die from lack of oxygen, at least not until they run out. I think it's a good start. Keep in mind that additional rooms in the facility will be uninhabitable until we connect them to a source of oxygen. For this, each room needs ventilation, which will distribute not only oxygen between the rooms, but also heat. And that, of course,
Director, we now have living quarters. It's time to make them habitable. Build beds, a farm, and a kitchen. The new residents will need them. Hydroponic farms will allow food to be produced as long as there is access to water. A kitchen will allow colonists to cook and eat. As for the purpose of beds, I bet you can figure that one out on your own.
Pause this and go take a look at research. Okay. Beds. Kitchen. Smart concrete factory. And we'll just get that one in. Okay. Okay. And then pause it, research complete. Beds. 8.5 days. 10 days. So blue. And this guy is done. One first scan, but he's not going to find anything. Okay. Send him to the observatory. Send expedition. Here we go. Monthly report. Still over 100K, which is that's my bottom line. As long as we're above that, we're good. Okay. And the drillers need to be drilling. Let's start them here. Drill, baby, drill. There we go. That'll keep me busy for a while. And we still have batteries for a day and a half. It's almost 2 days before we get out. So, I did not see the battery power yesterday, which is bad. So we need to build a repeater. Which I guess will go right there. Out of the way, but still close enough to get things done. Okay. And it's going to need a bunch of shit.
Package delivered.
And the truck is bringing stuff back, which is a good thing. Pack underground. Wow, that filled up quick. Okay. Okay. Going up the lunar surface. And he's now at the observatory. Alwego is the automated laser interferometric gravitational wave observatory. A network of 5 observatories was constructed on the moon with active participation from Crust between 2073 and 2079. The primary goal of the project is to detect and study gravitational waves of cosmic origin. The observatories are located thousands of kilometers apart from each other, enabling researchers to determine where the gravitational signal is originating. The observatory was damaged by an explosion, but there may still be valuable equipment or data regarding the nature of the recent disaster. Perhaps it's worth sending a rover with drones to investigate. And to send it with drones, the truck with drones, we would need an expedition center, which we don't currently have. So I will send him to the unknown outpost now. And I think with that, we will call it a day. We've done quite a bit. And this is a good place to leave it. So let's pause it. And I invite you, if you have a comment, please leave a comment. That will obviously be on YouTube. If you like it, please like, follow, the routine. Any support is appreciated. You take care. Have a good night.